Hello and welcome to this hip-focused flow. This flow is about really encouraging lots of strength and stability into the hips and really to have the optimum movement and functionality in the body. We want a good mix of strength and flexibility in our muscles. So if we think about the muscle area of the hips, there's actually 5 muscle groups of the hips. So if you're someone that's prone to sitting a lot, driving, then there's kind of real limited range of movement in your hips when we think of like 5 different areas. So this is going to really encourage you to work through various different ranges of movement, not just a kind of singular dimensional movement, but multi-dimensional movements into the hips. So we're actually going to start lying down so you can kind of become familiar with those rotational movements to enable you to then be strong and stable as we come to stand into some poses as well. So let's begin lying down. Find a comfortable place on your mat. Arriving, settling into the mat. So if you can try and really get a good anchor into the ground. So if you think of perhaps the back of the hips, back of the pelvis there, just anchoring into the mat, and the back of the shoulders, just really anchoring down. And if your knees are bent like me, your feet are flat, then you can use your feet as well as a kind of base of support to begin with. If you just want to arrive and take a few moments to settle into arrive away from any busyness of your day so far, and let's maybe close the eyes, let the gaze soften perhaps, and let's just take 3 rounds of breath together to begin. When you're ready, take a deep inhale, feel that breath into the whole body. And then exhale gently, slowly out through the nose. And again, breathing in through the nose. Notice perhaps this feedback of movement with your back on the yoga mat. Notice that. And then exhale gently, without force, through the nose. Let's take one more, breathing in and out. Again, maybe you notice the feedback from the mat, all the parts of your body that connect to the mat with that breath. So maintaining good rhythm with your breath. Let's slowly hug the right knee to the chest, and let's extend the left leg away long. Let that left leg relax, but don't lose the connection to those anchor points that we've just spoken about, and really anchor them down. So we're going to hug the right knee into the chest, and at this moment, as we're using our hands, we're really using this passive stretch. So not too much muscular effort, but more kind of like using this assistance of our hands to stretch here. Now, if we're going to work on our mobility, let's see if we can maintain this position and let go with the hands altogether. So now this requires so much more muscular effort to maintain this stretch. Good. And then take the leg all the way up into the air, circle out your ankle, maybe the toes, and click and pop like mine just did. So you just get a little bit of pops and air into those joints. So you're going to bend the knee back towards your chest. Now really try and keep those anchor points at the back of the body. So you're stable in the pelvis, and we're really trying to just really concentrate on the movement of your hip here and then into your outer hip here. We're going to draw the knee out towards the right side. So right knee towards right armpit. Try not to roll over to the sides. We want to anchor down through that left side, keep the pelvis steady, just concentrate on the hips. So this might mean your movements are quite small. You're then going to flex the foot, so heel bone pushes away, the toes back towards your face. And then imagine you're pushing now that heel right through really heavy, wet sand as you push the heel away. Straighten up the leg and then point the toes, bring the knee back to your body. We're going to do that 2 more times. So focus on your anchoring, draw the knee out to the right, flex through the foot, heel bone pressing away. So you might get a bit of like sensation into those shins there. Then press the heel away through that bit of resistance. Point the toes, straighten the leg, back through the center. One more time. See if we can make this third one here a little bit more smoother in the movement rather than kind of like 4-point process and mechanical. Good. Bring the knee in, breathe and pause. We're going to reverse that circular movement. So knee goes across the body now. So you're getting that internal rotation. Point through the toes, reach away. Then you're going to flex and draw the knee back to that right armpit. So we're moving in a big circular movement. Well, not big necessarily, just keep the back of that anchor, and we're doing the circles in the opposite direction. So you don't want to be rolling over, you want to really keep stable there to enable this movement to just work from your hips. Let's take that last one there. And back to the center. Well done. Hug the knee in, squeeze the knee. And let's take both knees to the chest. Take a gentle rock and just pay attention to that sensation that you feel in that right hip. Compare it to the left. Just observe it. So whilst we've got the ground to support us, it may be a bit easier to really concentrate on this movement. So it's really good to get familiar with that range right now. Let's slowly hug left knee in, extend right leg away. Squeeze the knee in towards your body, using this passive stretch to begin with. Right leg reaching away, but really again, find that anchor in the back of your body. So the back of the hips, back of the shoulders. Notice if you're kind of really flaring up your ribs here. So try and drop the ribs back and get that nice kind of like anchored position in the back body. This will be useful for when we are not using the floor as support. So maintaining that stretch, let's release the hands, hug the knee to chest, and then slowly open to the left this time. Flex the foot, so fan out the toes, press the heel bone away, and let's see if we can again push the heel through what we could imagine to be really heavy, wet sand as we reach through the heel, then point the toes and hug the knee back. Let's take 2 more there. So you're doing that movement in the left hip, slow and controlled. Good. Press away. That third, final one. Draw back through the center and pause. Find your anchor. Let's change direction. So across the body, reaching through the toes, straighten the leg. Let's then flex through the foot. Slowly up towards the armpit. Try not to lose your anchor points. And then back through center. So go across the midline of the body. Let's get that internal rotation. Reach all the way. Flex the heel, get that external rotation. So we're working through plenty of different degrees of motion into that hip. Well done. Bring the knee to the chest, squeeze the knee in, and because we didn't do it earlier, let's take that leg to the sky. Circle the ankles, wiggle out your toes again, pops for me. And well done, bring both knees to your chest. If it feels comfortable, take a gentle rock there. Good, we're gonna roll over to our side and slowly make our way onto all fours. So all fours position, let's try now to make sure that the palms are directly underneath the shoulders, knees under hips, and check in that you're not kind of sinking into your shoulders. So actively push the ground away, get those shoulders firm across your back body. And then like we were doing earlier, maybe try not to really flare up those ribs, contain it in that midline to get that back nice and firm as well. We're gonna start by inhaling, reaching the right leg away. Check in again, you're not sinking. Draw up into that center line and just check that we're not going to tilt the pelvis. We want to keep the pelvis steady there. So we're going to concentrate on the hip. Let's reach the left arm forwards. Take a deep breath in and then exhale. See if you can flex that right foot. Keep the pelvis steady here. So this means you might not move far. See if you can take the leg out to the right. So this is going to get right into those glutes there. Good. Hold that there. If you're sinking, push the ground away. And then see if you can reach that left arm to the diagonal. So you've got this crisscross diagonal through the back body. Now, in order to build that strength, that stability, it's about maintaining that pose. So bear with, it might feel tiring. Breathe, keep drawing in, keeping that pelvis stable. Reach through the heel, breathe for one more breath. Good, and then breathe out, come back through center. We're gonna inhale, bend the knee, draw the heel towards the buttocks. So you might have created a bit of a dip here. See if you can gently, see if you can hug in a little bit, and then see if you can lift that thigh to again keep activating that quad there, the glute there. Take a breath in, look forwards. And then exhale, slowly now. We might arch into a bit of a back bend now as we reach left arm behind. Option to find the foot. Now this isn't necessarily really important here, just might be something that you like to do. But if you can't quite reach there, just fan out your fingertips, fan out your toes. Actively lift that right thigh. Good, take a breath in. Amazing, and then exhale, lower knee, lower palm, round into your back. So you're in a cat stretch. Feel that press in your back body and release. Good, inhale, take left leg back, right arm forwards. Now again here, let's try to keep that back body stable, shoulders firm on your back. Let's flex the left foot, breathe in. See if you can take left leg out to the side. Now don't go too far that you just kind of come out of your pelvis and sink into your back. Try and just keep it controlled, and it doesn't have to be far. Breathe in, and then breathe out. Right arm comes out to the diagonal. Maintain, breathe. See if you can lift the leg, try not to drop it, but maintain that stability in the pelvis there. Take one more breath in. Exhale back through center. Inhale, we're going to bend the left knee, draw the heel towards the buttocks. Take a moment by maintaining that stability of the pelvis. Breathe in. And then exhale, we're going to slowly arch into the back, so we're losing that movement of the pelvis is moving. Hand maybe sweeps back to the right foot, the right hand to left foot. Alternatively, just fan out the fingers, the toes. Active that left thigh lift. Breathe in and breathe out. Really slowly release the knee, release the palm, round into your back, and then let's sway the hips side to side. So just loosen off those hips now. Maybe that feels quite nice after trying to be quite stable there. Good, and breathe. Let your knees trickle back a little on your mat. Roll your hips to the ground and lower onto your belly. Let's slide the forearms forwards, hands down, forearms down for Sphinx position. So reach out through your toes. Don't let your lower back really dip here, particularly if you have sensation in that lower back more than the rest of the back. Let's try to really spread the effort through that whole back. So push down through the forearms, reach out through the toes, and just move your pelvis to a degree that enables you to kind of just spread the sensation a bit in your back and the effort load. Good, let's start to inhale, draw the heart through the arms, lengthen there as you draw the gaze up. We're going to now press through the forearms, exhale, round into your back, and really feel your mid-back press up like a cat stretch. 2 more. We're going to draw the heart forwards, inhale into your Sphinx position. Exhale, gripping into the fingertips, round into the back. Find that cat stretch. Maybe even you feel your belly button start to hover off the mat. 1 more. Inhale, come through to your Sphinx. Exhale, rounding into the back, belly button lifts. Maybe now as an option, you could keep the knees down, but lift the hips and hover and feel those anterior core muscles starting to wake up. Good, release down through the hips, bring the hands to the mat as we press back and arrive in our first downward facing dog. Nice. Take the hands comfortably on the mat, press through the fingers, and then take the feet wider than perhaps normal, as wide as your mat. And then we'll sway the hips side to side. So nice, we'll have a bit of feedback in those outer hips. Sway side to side, unravel and breathe. Connect back to your breath. Downward dog can be a useful pose to really just reconnect to that breathing. Again, deep breath in and out. Nice. We'll slowly come back through the center. Roll your knees to the ground and step your right foot through to the top of your mat, but the outer edge of your mat. Your palms on the instep, and you're just going to spiral around that right hip. So continuing to focus on this kind of circular rotational work in the hip. Just change direction. This is obviously a bit more passive. We're not using so much muscular effort, but combining active and passive movements is so beneficial for your body. Right, let's slowly release. Keep the left palm anchored. Sweep the right arm up into the air as you twist. Maybe you come to the knife edge of your right foot. Just pour open your heart, fan out those shoulders, take a deep breath in. Exhale to release. Slowly tuck the back toes, maybe shorten it so it's not such a long lunge. Left hand to top left hand corner of the mat, and we're going to lift the back knee off the floor. Take this slowly, this transition. So we swivel on our right foot, and then you're going to come to the knife edge of your left foot at the back there. Now shoulders strong here, really actively push the ground away, and we're going to sweep the right arm overhead as we inhale into this side bend, but actively lift through your lower hips so we get that strength into those outer hips. Then as you exhale, we're going to slightly hover a little bit off the mat, keep the shoulders strong. 2 more, breathe in, reach, windmill. Breathe out, hover. Breathe in, finding that round, a sort of banana shape through the pose. Exhale, hover. Windmill the right hand forwards as you inhale, square your hips. And exhale, step back, downward dog. Good, breathe in. Breathe out. Good, inhale. Exhale, great. Lowering the knees, step your left foot through to the top corner of your mat. Hands on the instep there as we slowly spiral around that left side. So the opposite knee now. Working through the hip rather, and just changing that direction. So just be playful with it, just unravel. Nice bit of movement into those hips. And then we're going to ground the right palm, peel open the left arm to the sky. Roll those shoulders back and breathe into your heart. Breathe out. Maybe you come to that knife edge of the left foot, the left knee opens up, hanging out the tree. Breathing in. And then breathe out, release. Nice and slowly square the hips, step back, downward facing dog. Good. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, come back to your knees. Left foot forwards, we missed this bit. And your right hand is going to come to the top right corner of your mat. Lift the back knee in this kind of short lunge. Swivel to your left side, coming to the knife edge of your right foot. Press through the ground. So we come to this modified version of a side plank, reaching through that left arm overhead, and then lift through that lower hip. So get the outer hips working. Breathe in. Reach back and behind, hover, breathe out. 2 more, breathe in. Breathe out. Good, inhale. See if that lower hip lifts for that banana shape. Exhale. Windmill that left hand all the way forwards now. Square the hips, step back, downward dog. Good, take a deep breath in. And exhale. Again, a deep breath in. Exhale. Let's slowly look forwards. Tiptoe the feet forwards now, so really slowly walk forwards like you're pressing and imprinting marks into your mat. Take your time to find the top of your mat. When you do, exhale, fold. Let the head feel heavy, maybe soften the knees, but maintain a strong grip through the feet as we fold at the top of our mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Nice. Let's soften the knees. Roll up through the spine, bone by bone, letting the head be the last thing to come up. And then as you exhale, unravel through those shoulders and stand up tall. Lovely. So let's take a moment to adjust to standing up now. A few things to just really get into, loosen up the hips, but also into our mid-back as well. It can sometimes be a tight part for a lot of us. So we're going to start with our feet roughly about hip distance apart. We're just going to slowly circle through the hips, get that real like loosening up of the hips. Side to side circles. Keep it relaxed and soft then to the knees. Changing directions. Now, if these hip rolls don't necessarily come so easy to you, it's a little stiff there, you could kind of just sway the hips side to side, alternate that direction instead of round. Whatever feels good for you, just kind of really just do a little bit of movement to just soften up and loosen up there. Good. Maybe the arms are floppy. Maybe you turn and twist side to side, moving with the hips. Good. Breathe. And let's slow it down. Now let's make our way back to the center. Arms relaxed to your side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let your right arm slowly float down towards that right knee. Now your left arm is going to hover and hang and dangle across the front of your torso. Already you might have sensation in that back body, so maybe that right into the mid of your back. Pay attention to that there. And we're going to really, really slowly make our way down. So you might want to soften the knees. Your left rib cage is slowly turning with the torso, rolling all the way down. Feel the sensation in your mid-back. And then slowly you're back in the center there. Roll up through your spine. Take a breath in. Exhale. Great. Let's go to the other side. Breathe in. Breathe out, left fingertips towards left knee. Relaxing the head. And now it's that right arm that's going to hover and dangle in front of the torso. So we're going to bring right rib cage down and across. Start to make your way, rolling all the way down. Feel that real big stretch into those big muscles in the back, these big kind of squarish muscles right into the mid part of the back that we want to try and target. Roll up now, breathe in, breathe out. Good. Nice. Let's take one more to each side. Inhale, exhale over to your right. Let that left arm hang through the front line of your body. Breathe. And make your way down slow and steady. So we don't need to rush this. Come back through the center. Exhale. Rolling up as you inhale. And exhale. Well done. Last one. Breathe in. Over to the left. Breathe out. Let that right arm hover in front of you. Breathe. And spiral. Make your way down. So really feel the sensation to the back body. Arrive into the center. Inhale, come up slowly. And exhale, release those shoulders. Well done. Finally, let's start to come back to stand at the top of the mat. Moving through a little bit more now with some pace and working through our sun salutations. So together, grip down through your feet. When you're ready, inhale, rising up to the sky, lift tall. Exhale to fold. Hands come to the shins as we rise up, halfway lift. Inhale. Plant the palms, exhale, step, or you could jump back into your plank, or if you need to, come to your knees. Take a deep breath in. And then everybody exhale, lower knees, lower to the ground. We're going to slide our forearms forwards for Sphinx. Breathe in, roll through the spine. Exhale to puff out and round into that back body. Good. Release the pelvis, the hips down as we inhale, round through the back. Exhale to find that cat feeling, that cat stretch in the back body. Maybe that belly button lifts. One more time. Breathe in to round into your back, arch rather. And then exhaling, rounding into your cat stretch. Option to anchor knees. Lift through the hips and wake up that anterior core. Good. Release down. Hands down as we press back. Downward dog. Good. 2 breaths here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Looking through to the top of your mat. Inhale to step, walk, or maybe you jump to the top of your mat. And exhale, fold. Hands to the shins. We rise, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reaching forwards as we rise up. Inhale, float the hands up. Exhale, palms to prayer. And again, inhale, rising up. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. Option hands to shins, or maybe you mix it up. Float the arms back, halfway lift. Exhale, anchor palms. Step or jump to your plank or your knees. Take a breath in. Exhale, everyone, lower knees, lower down, and find your Sphinx. Inhale, roll through your spine. Exhale to puff out through that back body, belly button lifts. Breathe in, roll through your heart. Breathe out, try not to rush, slow it down. Feel that sensation of that belly button lifting, or the sensation at least. And then slowly inhale, last one here. Exhale, there's an option now to tuck the toes, lift through the knees and writhe in your forearm plank. Keep the gaze slowly down because we want to feel slight kind of puffing out of the shoulders. So you've got that stability in the shoulders. Reach through your heels, breathe. Well done, and exhale, release. Hands down, press back, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out. 2 breaths, inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good, we're going to add on now. So feet come together side by side. Now, if you feel tired or need to rest anytime you want to, please release your knees. That's totally fine. Otherwise, this can be done on your knees. We're going to inhale, right leg to the sky. We're then going to exhale, bend the knee, draw the heel to the buttocks, and then peel open that right knee and hip to the sky. And you've got to really keep those palms anchored here. And like I said, this can be done on your knees, but keep those elbows strong, shoulders strong. So from here, we're going to slowly now bring the pelvis back to square, hug the right knee to the chest, and then try and maintain that stability of your pelvis like we did on the ground. And see if you can start to draw circles through your right hip. Now try not to kind of flare out like we just did. That was just a nice stretch feeling. But to maintain the stability of the pelvis, those circles might be really small. So focus on just simply rolling out around that right hip. Good. Hug the knee to the chest. Change direction. So the knee will go back and then forwards. So this is tiring. If you need to drop the knee, feel free to. Especially as we're trying to keep that pelvis stable and not just simply just roll and float the leg around in the air. Good, well done. From there, we're going to hug the knee to the chest, hover forwards in plank, take a breath in, and then exhale, step that right foot through to the top of your mat. Good, soften the back knee, find some buoyancy into your joints as we inhale, rise all the way up, high lunge. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good, let's inhale, slowly float that back heel down. Exhale, open the arms wide and we're in warrior two. And gaze over those middle fingertips. Imagine you've got your palms pressing firmly on two tabletops. So those shoulders are firm on your back body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Find a strong anchor through your feet. So imagine that back inner arch is magnetically pulling all the way forwards to that front heel and vice versa. And as those two magnetic forces draw towards one another, can you feel those inner thighs wake up as well? Good. Take a breath in, maintain, pause to build that strength, that stability. Inhale. And then exhale, let's windmill that back palm forwards, float the arms forwards. Start to tiptoe your back foot off the ground. So your weight's shifting now into that right leg. Activate through your toes. And then see if you can then shift your weight forwards. Don't collapse into your right leg. Don't drop down, actively lift up as you see if you can float your left leg back, warrior three. Good. Maybe you bend that supported leg for a bit, that's fine as well. I really want you to focus now a little bit more on the hip movement, not so much your balance. So if you've got something to hold on to, you're welcome to do that. So back leg heel is gonna flex. We're then gonna see, like we did on the ground, if we can draw that left knee towards the left armpit. Slowly working through your hip, you're gonna come all the way up to stand, knee to chest, breathe in. Well done, hug the knee to your chest, breathe out. Now you're standing on one leg. Well done, breathe in, breathe out, lower the knee. Draw the left heel towards your buttocks. Good. From there, let's see if we can draw the heel to the buttocks. Sweep that left arm back and behind you. Option to hold the foot if it's there. If not, simply fan out your fingers. Get that nice external rotation through the shoulder. And slowly we work our way towards dancer's pose. Take a breath in. Lift your heart, your chest. Breath out. Breathe in. Try to sustain it. Breathe out. All this hip work, especially lengthening those front of the hips, those hip flexors are really going to actually help in your back bending too. Any tightness in those hips will make back bending tricky as well. Last breath here. Amazing. Well done. Release the back foot. Exhale and find the ground. Pause. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's windmill the palms all the way forwards. Exhale. Step back to plank, breathe in. Option to lower knees or exhale through a chaturanga if you want to. Inhale, let's rise up in our own back bend. Maybe you stick to Sphinx we just did. Maybe Cobra like me. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, take a breath in. And a breath out. Nice. Let's bring the feet together side by side. Option to drop the knees. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, heel to buttocks. Inhale, peel open that left side. So we are coming off any pelvis stability here. We're just really feeling that nice opening into the hip. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Square the pelvis. Now maintain that stability of your pelvis as you hug the left knee to your chest. Let's start to circle through that left hip whilst we maintain the stability of the pelvis. So you're really working on those hip rolls just on that left side. Good. Then change directions. You're going to bring that knee across the body, backwards and opening to the left. So you're changing the direction there. Don't lose that connection of the palms rooting down, and slow the movement down. Well done. From there, inhale, hug the knee to the chest, hover forwards in your plank, breathe in. Exhale, step through to the top of your mat. Soften through the back knee as we rise up to our high lunge. Breathe in. Good, breathe out. Good, inhale, slowly peel open as you anchor the back heel, open the arms wide. Warrior two, breathe in, breathe out. Find comfort in your pose. Don't go so deep if that doesn't serve you. But we want to try and hold for a little bit here so we build that strength, that stability. Anchor the back heel, press through the front foot, and again, find that magnetic pull between the feet and that press down through the palms so you get that real sense of anchoring the hands but working through those shoulder blades. Soften through the face, find ease with the breath. Inhale. Exhale, lovely. Let's slowly windmill the back palm forwards. Start to tiptoe the back foot forwards. Now your weight's starting to shift. Don't collapse onto that left side. Actively push the ground away and sweep the back foot back. Let me come back in shot. And we're in warrior three. So use your toes to anchor down. Lift up through that left side. And then concentrate now on this hip movement. If you need to hold on to something, feel free to. We're going to flex the back foot and really slowly draw that right knee forwards towards the right armpit, back through the center line, and then rise up to stand, hug the knee to chest. Whew. Concentrating, feels hard, really is challenging. So really take your time with it. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Let's draw the knee to the ground, release the hands there, and draw the heel towards your buttocks. Breathe in. As you squeeze the heel towards the buttocks, can you engage those glutes a little bit? Now we've got that option to windmill that right arm back. Maybe the hand reaches the foot, or maybe you simply just fan out your fingertips. You're active in the shoulder, and you could soften that supported leg. Right thigh strong as we lift through the thigh. Inhale, left hand floats up as we arrive in our dancer's pose. Exhale. Reach the heart forwards. Breathe in. Breathe out. Actively press if the hand's touching the foot, actively press the hand and the foot to each other. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maintain that pose. One more breath. Well done. And as you exhale smoothly, if you can, transition back. And find the ground. Well done. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Let's slowly inhale, windmill the hands forwards. Exhale, step back. Option to lower knees or lower through chaturanga. Inhale, take your back bend of choice. I'm taking my locust as I reach back through the fingertips and toes. And then everybody slowly exhale. Finally, let's press back to child's pose. And breathe. All that effort. Slow it down now. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel the pumping of your heart, that movement of your belly on your thighs as you breathe in. And that spread of your back body as you breathe out. And let the arms run alongside your body, palms open, elbows soft. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, if you're okay to keep your seat on your heels, let's roll the spine up, bone by bone. Head is last to come up, so really take your time with this. You don't get dizzy. Roll up, bone by bone. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Now, if you're not comfortable seated on your heels like this, feel free to come straight down to one side. Otherwise, if you can, let's try and maintain being seated for a moment wherever you're at. Notice how you feel. Notice all that energy that you've created in this practice. Breathe. And breathe out. Well done. Let your eyes slowly flicker open. And then we'll begin to slowly release down to one side as you stretch your legs forwards out in front of you. Give your legs a nice good shake out. And then you can bend the knees. Make sure you've got space behind you to then slowly roll your spine down, bone by bone, nice and steady and slow. Well done. Find the ground beneath you. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Let's drop the knees together and simply window wipe your knees side to side. So just enjoy a gentle twist into that lower back. Massage across the hips for all their effort, their work in this practice. Let them roll side to side to ease off. Good, let's roll up through the knees. Bring the soles of the feet to touch, knees open out like a book, and let your palms rest to your belly. And for a short few moments, maybe the eyes close, your gaze softens. And we take a few deep breaths to connect back to the movement of the belly, the movement of the spine with your breath. Exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. Well done. Let the feet reach to the top two corners of your mat. And then drop the weight of your body down. Let your palms open out away from your body. And let's take our final resting pose of Shavasana. So you're making sure you're now able to be comfortable, whether you prefer to sit in Shavasana in a seated meditation, you could do that. Or joining me to lie down. Let every part of your body that touches the ground really press down deeper, almost like it's an imprinting a mark into the mat. Feel every bone, every muscle just dropping down into that surface beneath you. Breathe in. Breathe out. And just slowly feeling the breath slowing down. All the systems in your body, give them permission to rest. Let go of any effort. And feel the back of your body root down. And then with the front of the body, the softness of your belly, the back of your heart, let that root down too. Relax through the throat. Relax through the jaw, the cheeks, the lips. And let the eyes begin to feel like they're sinking into the face. Dropping down heavy, relaxing. As you feel your head heavy onto the mat. And your whole body can relax and release. Breathing. For those of you that have time, just stay where you are. Take a longer Shavasana. And if you need to finish up now, begin to slowly take a deeper breath in. And out. Notice how you're feeling. Feel the ground beneath you. Let's slowly take the hands together in prayer. Rub your palms together. Build up some heat into your palms. And then we'll slowly take the palms over the eyes that may have been closed. Just keep them closed for a moment. Feel that darkness really helping relax the eyes. Give the eyes a reset. And with the palms over the eyes, just lightly flicker the eyes open beneath your palms. Start to become aware of any brightness, your peripheral view. And then we're going to run the fingertips now through the hairline, the crown of the head, and just give yourself a gentle massage through the crown of the head. So light, tender touch, releasing hormones, oxytocin, that love hormone of safety, that we don't always have to be in the presence of someone else or the touch of someone else to feel that. So even your own touch can release that. So notice how that feels. Massage through the head. Good. Let your arms begin to slowly now reach up over your head. Take a full body stretch and reach. Maybe take a yawn. Stretch the jaw and release. Well done. Let's hug the knees to the chest. Squeeze your knees in and gently rock on your back, however feels comfortable for your lower back now, perhaps your sacrum as you take the knees wider. And when you're ready, slowly roll to one side to make your way up to sit, to close your practice. Taking your hands together in prayer, giving yourself a big thank you for all your efforts, for working through, mobilizing, strengthening your hips, for a full body, functional way of moving your body. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day or evening wherever you are. Namaste.